Hey guys, what's up? It is Doug. Welcome to another edition of Holland Wax. This is a review I am really excited to do as I have Yankee Candle Ciderhouse. This is the first Yankee I've burned in the in the new 2019 collections. I didn't burn any of the spring ones, so for fall this is the first one I've done. I have a lot to say about this candle, and I know reading around online, a lot of folks have been saying a lot of things about this candle, or at least the scent. I haven't really seen anything yet on the candle particularly, so I bought this. And I bought a couple of them. I did a haul video of it, and I wound up, I burned this like for 6 days straight. I fell in love with the candle for burning it. I guess I'm kind of spoiling part of the review, but whatever here. And hey, at the end, I'm gonna try something new here. In Shane, the Candle Enthusiast Facebook group, which is a great group, by the way. I've been in there for, I think, a couple years now. Anyways, I've got some user comments. I said I was gonna review this. I wanted to know some impressions from you guys out there, and I'll share those at the end of this video. So anyways, guys, let's get into Ciderhouse. So what does Ciderhouse smell like? I've talked about it twice on camera already, cold impressions, a melt cup and the candle, but as far as burning goes, oh, this is such a nice scent. This is one of the best Yankee scents that they've released in years, at least since I've been in candles, into candles. This is, it's an amazing scent. So it changes a little bit, I think, on burning, and I'll get into that in a second. But the big thing you get from it, of course, it's apple, but it's not, it's an apple cider, I should say, but it's not an apple cider. It's very sweet. It's not a super spicy apple cider. You get fresh apple, you get some spices, some of the mulling spices. I definitely get some cinnamon. It's not overpowering though. It's not like a regular mold spice cider that's super spicy to the nose, what almost burns you. Which, I like Yankee's regular apple cider candle. I think that's a really nice one. But this one here, what separates it, it's not as spicy, and there's a cherry in here. I've been trying to think what it was, but really that's what it jumped out at me. And even on burning, I'm even more set on that, to where that cherry almost goes a hair into bakery territory, but I don't think it's a bakery candle. It's not gourmand. It stays in that very sweet apple cider vein. Now, what it reminds me of actually is when I was younger, I remember they had, this is like elementary school. I used to get like an apple cherry juice. There was only a couple things you could choose from right back then in the cafeteria. That was one of the things I got, and it sort of reminds me of that, at least the cherry in it. That's how I get the cherry. Raspberry, I could see raspberry as well in here, but it's more cherry to me. And I remember I looked at the notes of this candle several weeks ago when Yankee put it online, and I remember not seeing cherry in there, but I swear cherry is in here. It's just a remarkable scent. Like, seriously, I want to marinate in this scent. It is so nice. You compare it with other things too, especially other apple candles, especially other Yankee apple candles, because Yankee is the king of apple scents. I think most people can agree. I know that sometimes the scent isn't always there as far as the strength goes, but as far as the scent goes, you have your Macintosh, your Granny Smith, so many apples that Yankee does, or even their apple cider candle. They're just top notch. The actual apples are. But here, the sweetness of this really puts it over the edge. It's just an amazing fragrance. And I don't know where to talk about it here, but I love the label on this. I think they've struck a nice balance with this collection here, to where the labels aren't just the keyhole labels, they're bigger. But I think these look better than the European candles with the full labels. This farmer's market stuff is really nice, but absolutely love the label on that. But the scent is tremendous. And I should say, I know that a lot of folks have said this is like Bath & Body Works Pomegranate Cider, which is a candle that I guess hasn't been out for a while. I know I've never tried it. Just take that for what it's worth. I know I've heard that from multiple people that say it's close to it. So that's not out though right now, so I can't try it, but whatever. What's here, Ciderhouse, is awesome. Now, the one thing on burning though, where I think it changes a little bit, I get a nice, almost like a woody note in it. And I was trying to think what it was, but yes, it's like a little bit of a woody note. It's really nice. It adds a little bit of like a rustic charm almost to the, the sweet cider that's here. It's just, I can't say enough good things about this scent. It's an amazing scent. Scents like this are why folks like me will stick with Yankee, or at least try them still, even when they have problems like they had in the last year, because they do have the capability to do scents like this. It's just it's an amazing scent. Absolutely love Ciderhouse. This is fantastic. All right, guys, now the strength of this candle. This is what a lot of folks are wondering about, myself included. It smells great, but is it going to actually scent your house, or wherever you're burning this? I know Yankees have had such a problem with this. I'm happy to report, finally, I have an awesome Yankee here. Ciderhouse, I would score probably a 7.5. It was go up as high as maybe an 8, 8.5 at times, especially when I started burning it. It drifted a little bit down maybe in certain spots to maybe, I don't know, a 7, but for the most part, it was always there. It scented my house. It was like a decent Bath & Body Works candle, not a super strong Bath & Body Works candle that'll knock you out of the house, but a decent one, 7.5. Burning this in a small room, it was incredibly strong. So if you have an apartment somewhere smaller like that, I think it'll do well for you. Now, of course, you always have to kind of, Yankees or any candle is going to be different between batches and whatever, but I know in my store, I made sure that I checked a bunch of them. They all smelled pretty strong on cold, and I got a jar that looked really, really good. I have to say, look at this too. If you can see some of those the oil in there, and if you can see down here, look at all that. This is a very wet looking candle. A lot of these have been like this, at least looking like that in the store for me. So I'm hoping with Yankee, with the new CEO, I heard rumblings they'd made changes. This sure looks like it. And spoiler alert here, I have burned a couple of the other fall ones, or I'm in the process of burning them right now, and they have been working well for me too. So that would tell me, after my horrendous string I've had of Yankees, and I hope, if you guys have seen this channel, I've had so many problems with Yankee candles over this last year, and even on my Spooky Villages channel when I was reviewing candles over there. Finally, it is nice to not only have a fragrance that's great, but to see that hopefully they've turned the corner. I mean, I'd like to have faith that they've turned the corner, right? I don't know. I'm sure that some of you out there are going to have problems with them, but from my store, when I really looked it over, a lot of them, the wax looks different in them, and this thing was throwing awesome. It made me so happy that it was strong. So anyways, I know that's kind of a long rant on it, but so final score, a 7.5. It threw very well for me. I was very, very pleased with this. Let's hope that Yankee has turned the corner. Burn on it, I mean, you can see here, guys, no problem. A single wick Yankee will burn forever. I've had it pooled down to here, which is, I guess, right at halfway. Again, these things, they burn forever. They take for a while to pool out. I actually burned this in a hurricane for the most part and used an aluminum lid to get it rolling. Once I did, though, again, it burns great, soot-free. That's the one advantage. They take forever to burn, but when you do get them going, especially with this one, when it really starts scenting well, they're pretty, they're low maintenance. You don't have to mess with them. They're not going to soot. And it's pretty simple. And then once you do get that first, wax memory in there, they don't take forever to pool out, not like the first burn. I should say, on the first burn of this, it was tunneling maybe a little bit up here, but again, the aluminum lid fixed that pretty quick, and I was ready, kind of rocking after that. It was all good. So my final thoughts on Ciderhouse. This goes in my Hall & Wax Hall of Fame playlist. Yes, this is one of my nominees for my candles of the year. You'll see this at the end of the year, I'm sure. Absolutely stellar fragrance. As a person who loves apple cider, which I guess I didn't really say that at the beginning of the review, I love apple cider. I'm an apple cider freak. It's one of my favorite treats. Every fall, everybody's got their thing. Some people like the pumpkin spice, lattes or coffee or whatever else. They're super, the fall treats that really get them in the spirit. It's apple cider for me. I love apple cider candles. Anything apple cider, I just consume it. And I can tell you, this is absolutely top of the heap. It's one of the best that you're going to find out there. And I know that a lot of folks seem to agree with that, at least scent-wise. I'm hoping it works for you guys too, with the throw. That's the thing that makes this for me. If the scent was great, but the candle didn't work, it'd be kind of like, come on, Yankee, get it together. But this candle did and is working great for me. I'm looking forward to burning the rest of this throughout the season here. I kind of want to wait a little bit till it gets closer to fall to actually use this. I can't wait to burn this with like apple pumpkin or some of the other candles. There's another candle that actually this I think will go very well with, one of the 2019 fall candles, but we'll talk about that in that review whenever I get to it. So yeah, guys, absolutely recommend this candle. If you've been off the Yankee bandwagon for a long time, which I don't blame you because of all the problems that they've had, if you're gonna try something, I'd maybe try this guy here. At least you should go into your store and just check out the fall collection, because I'm serious. As a person who absolutely loves fall, I'm super happy with it. I think the collection has been great. I'm really enjoying burning what I've got, and I have more of them on the way here. So you're gonna see a lot of Yankee fall content on here. If they all work, great. If they don't work, whatever, I'll say it too. But I'm really happy with this one. So, all right, guys. Now, hey, I'm doing something a little different. I mentioned in the beginning of the video. if you go to the Candle Enthusiast Facebook group on Facebook, and I will link that below. It's a great group, a lot of different kinds of candle discussion and just kind of seasonal discussion in general. If you go there, I'm going to start posting when I'm going to do reviews and read some of your comments, good, bad, or indifferent, whatever. I'll read them, on the camera here. So I did that for Ciderhouse when I was going to record this. I asked for some folks to give me their impressions of it, and here's what some of you guys had to say about Ciderhouse. So we'll start here. This is Michelle. I love it. Bought the melt cup and the large jar. Lori says, I love it. It smells so good. Lara, my friend Lara here, who she actually has a Bama Quest, I believe is her YouTube channel. She says, I have only smelled it on cold, but I think it's the best thing Yankee Candle has done in a few years. It smells like Red Hots and Fuji apples to me. I can only hope it burns as well as it smells on cold. Actually, I don't think it reminds me so much of actual cider, but I do love the scent profile. Yeah, I can see that. It's not a super cidery candle. It reminds me of a cider, but a super sweet cider, but it doesn't have that ultra spiciness that a lot of people consider, to be associated with cider scent. So Megan says, I love it in the melt cup. I haven't tried the large candle yet, but I'm definitely buying some. It reminds me of Bath & Body Works Never to Return pomegranate cider. See, there we go again with the pomegranate cider. Jackie says, this candle's amazing in the melt cup too. You get a little bit of that cherry bark kind of smell in it as well. It's fantastic. Yeah, a cherry bark, I could see that again. I get a little bit of woodiness and I get that cherry, of course. I think cherry bark's a good description for it. Let's see. Kelly says, just enough spice as to not offend anyone. A very accessible fall scent. Who doesn't like this? It is so good. Yeah, there's a lot of people I think out there that love this scent already. Let's see. Jordan, what's up, Jordan? He's always a commenter. He's been on my Spooky Villages in this channel here. Jordan says, I dig it. A different take on cider than I'm used to. Yes, it is. I think it's a fairly fresh take on cider. Again, having not tried the Bath & Body Works pomegranate cider, I should say that. But for me, yes, it's a fresh take. And the last comment here, Katie says, I like the scent, but I get cherry as soon as I smell it. So I'm not sure how I'll feel about it until I'm burning it. All right, great comments there. And on Katie's, I would just say that, yes, I think the cherry is there, and it's nice to see some other people kind of back me up on that. I do get more apple in here, though, than cherry. It's just the cherry does come out, and it gets a little bakery-style cherry when it does get rolling. At least that's what I think. I really like that description of cherry bark. I should have come up with that myself. That really works well with that sort of woodiness type of thing. I know that cherry bark isn't real tree bark, of course, but that makes me think of the woodiness in it. And I love cherry bark, by the way. That's delicious. So, all right, guys, hey, that is a lot on Ciderhouse, but I had a lot to say about it. This is an important candle release, I think, because I know a lot of folks are excited about it, and I want to give it its due diligence. And hope you guys like the style with the comments of the reviews. I'm going to do more of that. So if you guys ever want to be in these videos or have your comments read on air, head to the Candle Enthusiast Facebook group. Again, I'll put it in the link below here. Great candle discussion on there. And as I'm going to do candle reviews, not all of them because sometimes I kind of do them sporadically if I have time, but for a lot of these Yankee Fall candles, I will put a thread up about it and I will read your comments on air. So again, guys, that is Ciderhouse. Let me know in the comments below if you've tried the scent, if you burned the candle, what's your experience. And yeah, guys, that is it. That is a long review for a single candle. So, hey, thank you guys very much for watching, and I will see you soon with more candle reviews, and I can't wait to talk about more of the fall candles. And I didn't even mention Bath & Body Works. Their fall test candles have started to release, so I am hoping to eventually get some of them. If I don't get them in test form, I'll get them in release form. So cannot wait to talk fall on this channel. Cannot wait to talk Halloween. We're getting closer. So yeah, all right. Thank you guys very much for watching. I will see you soon.